If you were to ask 10 people what the most recognizable shape in the auto industry is, I bet the majority of them would say the Volkswagen Beetle. Is this the Beetle they would have in mind? Probably not. This is the all-new new Beetle, kind of like a Beetle 2.0. The original was a cultural icon, the people's car, adopted by the baby boomer generation, and it sold in the tens of millions. In the late 1990s, Volkswagen introduced the new Beetle, riding the trend of retro-inspired cars. It never really captured the hearts and imagination of a new generation. In fact, it really only captured the hearts of women. To get rid of that chick car image, the designers had to make it more masculine looking. It's lower, wider, and longer, and has a more menacing stance. Now, if you put the rear spoiler on the back, it kind of looks like a Beetle mixed with a Porsche.
My definition is design. Volkswagen designer have to design no complicated car. The face, round lights, the emblem, no grille. And as you know, the father of the Beetle was the same father of the Porsche. It's the only Volkswagen Beetle that can have something of the Porsche. And the DNA is the same, the blood is the same. This is immediately recognizable. And the side view, of course, because the two big fender with this typical arch is only on the Beetle.
This newest Volkswagen Beetle starts at just under $22,000 and goes all the way up to $29,000 for the turbo that we have here. Now, if you do want to get a bunch of options on it, it can cost you as much as $32,000. Keep in mind, if you want to get the Volkswagen GTI with the same engine and similar options, it'll cost you a little bit more money. The turbo comes standard with these gorgeous looking 18-inch wheels and leather interior. It has to be said that this car looks fantastic, and that isn't just the outside. For those of you that don't remember, there was a flower vase in the center console of the previous Beetle. Now, women like me loved that cute touch, but it kept the men away. The new interior is a totally different story. The turbo test model we have here is only equipped with a black color scheme, but the lower priced cars have interior panels that match the exterior color. Retro touches include the flip-up glove box and close front window. The dash face is covered in hard plastic, but it mimics the original Beetle's design. To be honest, this car looks thoroughly modern with just a hint of retro. Practical too, with a hatch design and a useful back seat. One thing I'm not crazy about is the small rear view mirror. Yeah, it looks kind of old and retro, but not everything that's old is good. Another issue, even though there's lots of manual adjustments for the seats, it would have been nice for over $30,000 to have some power. If you love music, the Fender stereo system is a great feature for $1,290, and it also gets you navigation. It is a bit shocking, though, that Bluetooth and iPod connectivity costs $675 more. All but the Sportline turbo model that we have here have a 2.5-liter 5-cylinder engine with 170 horsepower. Now, this is the same engine that's found in the Golf and the Jetta, and it does the job well enough, but it doesn't have the most pleasing sound. This turbo model has more in common with the Golf GTI. It's equipped with the same 2-liter turbo engine and is good for 200 horsepower. The turbo also gets a fully independent rear suspension, again, just like the GTI, not the torsion beam rear setup that is found in the rest of the Beetle lineup. That design is similar to the Jetta. Even though the Beetle runs on a familiar Golf-inspired platform, it has a slightly shorter wheelbase. This makes the Beetle Turbo a good handling car and will put a smile on any driver's face, both men and women. The optional dual-clutch automatic transmission, or DSG, is a great alternative to switching the gears yourself. But if you really want to get the most out of this engine, you got to put the transmission in sport mode. Speaking of performance, the turbo does have a lot of power, but the competition is really heating up. Other manufacturers have been able to make a 2-liter turbocharged engine produce over 270 horsepower on regular gas. So this motor is sound, but there are more powerful options out there. This latest Beetle is a good-looking car and it will appeal to a lot more men. The Turbo is definitely the way to go if you're into handling and performance. Now, even though I really like this car, it would have been nice if they had a flower vase available, even as an option. What can I say? I'm a woman.